Bad news. Jaron Boots Ennis, father and trainer, admits that Jaron Boots Ennis is hard to get him fights. He says that Cody Crowley was the definite guy they had in mind, but last minute when it came to it, he's claiming that Cody Crowley got cold feet. That's what I want to talk about in this video. Let's talk about it. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and back with some more boxing. Bozy Ennis did an interview with YSM Sports Media in his gym in Philly, and he dishes the latest. Bozy Ennis dishes the latest on Cody Crowley. He says that this was the guy they thought they were going to be fighting, I believe, on the Demetrius Andrade, David Benavidez card, which is a shame because that card is a smash hit and is one of the final remaining cards for Showtime. And what better way to, because Showtime already announced that they're getting out of the business of boxing and MMA to focus their monies on other things. So I would have liked to see a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis. He's an asset to any card that he's involved with. So I would have definitely loved to see him put on a card like that. Earlier in the year in January, he fought on Gervonta Tank Davis's card, and Andrade was on that card as well. Although his opponent didn't really come to fight the Karen dude, it was still good to see him fight. And it wasn't his best performance, but I'm a realistic boxing fan. So at the end of the day, I blame a lot of that on his opponent. His opponent was in basically survival mode. So as a result, there's only so much you can do when a guy don't want to get knocked out. There's ways to not ensure, but it's not 100% foolproof, but there's little things you can do to make sure you don't get knocked out or lessen your chances of getting knocked out. Like when you're not fighting to win, basically. Some guys, they're in survival mode. I mean, you could really even say this for Jermell Charlo versus Canelo. He wasn't going to win the fight, the tempo of the fight, and he kept it at that same pace. He didn't try to speed up, probably noticing that the weight differential, the weight of the punches, Canelo having experience at the higher weight class, it just wasn't his night. So, you know, he kind of just was in survival mode, taking limited chances. That's what happened. I would say the Karen dude did even worse, in my opinion, because he was just kind of playing keep away, and you're not going to win a fight with all defense. Fast forward to the future. I like Jaron Ennis, pause. I like to see him, and it would have been great, as I said, Showtime getting out of the business of boxing to see a brilliant fighter like Jaron Ennis, and I particularly like the Cody Crowley fight. Unfortunately, Bozy Ennis, father and trainer, he's saying that it was thought to be Cody Crowley. He was ranked behind Villa. Jaron Ennis already tore Villa out the frame and beat him, so Cody Crowley moved up to the #1 spot. So it was thought really to be a definite and a green light. But when it came down to it, he's claiming that Cody Crowley has backed out of the fight and decided, you know, he wasn't ready. That's literally what he said. He said Cody Crowley wasn't ready. Then Bozy was asked about potentially Cody Crowley reasons for why this took place, why he would seemingly agree and then back out of the fight. And he was asked a good question about, did Cody Crowley want more money? And Bozy Ennis says, I'm not sure exactly what the reason was on his side. It could have been money. He said, I heard from sources that were kind of connected to his situation that it might have been about money, or it could have been a simple matter of his team getting in his ear and saying, yo, you don't really want that right now. This is not the best look. This is not the best next step for you. Now, I will say this, and I have respect for Cody Crowley as well as Jaron Ennis. I did see a few weeks ago a frustrated Cody Crowley, and he was on his Instagram and he was venting about something, and it was a bit weird to me. And he was talking about all the politics of boxing and, you know, almost like I can't get a fair shake. I don't remember exactly what he said, but something to this effect of boxing is corrupt, boxing is dirty, and politics and this, that, and the third. And then Cody Crowley even said that he was going to retire from the sport of boxing. And I thought that was a bit bizarre because, you know, you have a Canadian boxer in Cody Crowley, and based on his recent performances, he's had some really good performances. So I didn't really understand the reasoning behind that, of why he would be talking about some type of retirement. But now, weeks later, this information comes out, And it kind of lines up with what Team Ennis is saying. And I went back to Cody Crowley's page. I don't remember if it was an Instagram story, but I know I seen it. I think I might even have a screenshot somewhere, so I don't have the verbatim what he said, but I know he was talking about leaving boxing and retiring and boxing corruption. But I think he did a post and delete or archived the post because I couldn't find it when I just looked. But all in all, you know, that's not necessarily a great look for Cody Crowley, because for a fighter in his boat, he should be looking for these opportunities. Guys like Jaron Ennis. Cody Crowley has a battery. He showed a hell of an engine in fights, and you should be looking for the big fights. Now, as of me recording this video, I don't really know what Cody Crowley's side is. There's 2 sides, they say even 3 sides to a story. So maybe he'll come out and defend and try to oppose this argument. But he just fought Abel Ramos and he beat Josecito Lopez and the Adu Kakarov. These are all great performances. So he's on a win streak, and the biggest name by far recently, because Josecito Lopez, he's a name, but he was at the back half of his career. That might have even been his last fight or one of his last fights before he announced his retirement. I think he fought, Cody Crowley was his last fight. So he was kind of like a veteran name, if you will. But the up and coming name that's ringing a lot of bells right now is Jaron Boots Ennis. So I personally would have loved that fight. I think that's a great fight for where both fighters are. Cody Crowley is tough. He was on a win streak that I've stated. He's undefeated. I guess we'll have to wait to see what his side of the story is. But him being a southpaw and what I've seen in the past, not necessarily the biggest knockout puncher. He has about 22 fights, 9 knockouts, but he definitely has heart, cardio, and he's on a win streak. And he's only a few years older than Jaron Boots Ennis. So ironically, I made a Terrence Crawford, Jaron Ennis video yesterday. Check that out on the channel. And Crawford was basically petitioned, and he was like, his attention was gotten from a fan who said, you need to man up, grow some nuts, and fight against Jaron Boots Ennis. So I said in that video, Ego Stradamus strikes again, that I would love the fight with Crawford and Jaron Ennis. Crawford doesn't seem too thrilled, like he feels he won't get enough credit or whatever for Jaron Ennis. But with Jaron Ennis struggling to get big names, at one point they said Keith Thurman had an option to fight Jaron Ennis, turned it down. Cody Crowley, they're saying, is turning down the fight. The only person that I could think of recently that said that they would fight Jaron Ennis, at least said it, was Mario Barrios' team, who just beat Yordenis Ugas. So we'll have to see if that is something that can come into fruition. But all in all, Jaron Ennis is struggling. That makes, for me, that makes the fight with Jaron Ennis and Crawford even more realistic, because at the end of the day, who else is he going to fight? You know, who else is Jaron Ennis? Like, see, and this is the problem with boxing, is how on earth is a guy supposed to really pave his way? Because people keep saying, oh, Jaron Ennis, he hasn't done enough, and I'm not sure he's ready. And how can you ever be ready if you're never given an opportunity? And not even given, you're not receiving the opportunity, because given makes it sound like he's not worthy of it or he hasn't earned it. I think that Jaron Ennis has definitely earned a shot with the big name, whoever that may be, Crawford, Thurman, Stanionis, Cody Crowley, anybody that would make a big fight. Because another downside for Jaron Ennis, he's too dang good to be fighting a certain level of competition, because we already know how it's going to end. You had a very, very durable guy in Roman Villa, and he destroyed him. I wouldn't even say it was competitive, because I had him winning basically every round. It was interesting because Villa was so tough and durable, but it wasn't really a competitive fight. You dig? So Jaron Ennis, he has to be given the chance to fight a big name. And I'm just waiting for that moment, because this is what happens when guys are like developing that boogeyman aura. It's easy to say, oh, who is he? Who's he beat? And all this type of stuff. But he's going to always remain at that if you allow it and nobody steps up to the plate to fight him. Boom. I'm the best in the business. and it's not even close. Subscribe for more boxing content. Boxing news, this is your one-stop shop. I got you guys covered. Let me know how I did in this video. Sad, hopefully Jaron, I would like to have seen him on one of the remaining cards for Showtime, but now it looks like he'll probably be out until 2024 unless something else magically comes up, which I will update you. And this is part of the problem because people are like, oh, Jaron Ennis has been out the ring so long. I mean, he's going to keep being out the ring until people fight him. Let me know how I did in this video. Subscribe to the channel. I'm the best in the business. And I'm out. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with the $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.